What is the internal threats? An internal threat is a security risk that originates from within the target organization. It typically involves a current or former employees or business associate who has access to sensitive information and privileged account within the network of an organization and who misuses this access. Traditional security measures tend to focus on external threats and are not always capable of identifying an internal threats emanating from inside the organization. So, types of internal threats. Malicious insider, also known as a turncloak, someone who maliciously and intentionally abuse legitimate credentials, typically to steal information for financial or personal sensitive. So, for example, an individual who holds a grudge against former employers or a opportunistic employee who else secret information to competitors. Turncloak have an advantage over other attackers because they are familiar within the security policies and procedure of an organization as well as its vulnerabilities. Next is careless insider, an innocent pawn who unknowingly exposed the system to outside threats. This is the most common type of insider threats, resulting from mistakes such as leaving a device exposed or falling victims to a scam. For example, an employee who intends to harm may click on an insecure link, infecting the system with malware. Next, a mole, an imposter who is technically an outsider but has managed to gain insider access to privileged network. This is someone from outside the organization who poses as an employee or partner. So, how to protect against an internal attack? Protect critical assets. This can be physical or logical, including system, technology, facilities, and people. Intellectual property, including customer data for vendors. Schematics and internal manufacture process are also critical assets. And enforce policies. Clearly document organization policies so you can enforce them and prevent misunderstanding. Increase visibility. Deploy solution to keep track of employee action and correct the information from multiple data sources. Next.
Internal threats refers to the risk of somebody from the inside of a company who could cause any harmful actions with the data that violates information security. Internal threats is not only caused by malicious insider, but some incidents is caused by employees' lack of knowledge, ignorance, and carelessness. That's why it is important for them to have a knowledge about their certain roles in the company to secure their data. Training and awareness process is necessary to keep users informed and remind the most important requirements.
Types of risk. Number 1. Employee sabotage and thief. Employees have a privilege of accessing a wide range of physical equipment inside of a company, with only trust to prevent them from damaging or stealing it. Number 2. Unauthorized access by employees. As employees already have access to a system with a company, they may be able to obtain access to an areas of these computers they shouldn't, such as a colleague who leaves themselves logged in or a room left unlocked providing access to a server. Number 3. Weak cybersecurity measures and unsafe practices. By not having appropriate digital and physical security, a company increased by chance of vulnerability being exploited, especially from issues raised previously like thief. Number 4. Accidental loss or disclosure of data. As stated above, some security vulnerabilities that allows malicious behavior may also permit simple accidents to occur and cause a lot of damage.
As we review the research entitled Internal Threat to Information Security, Countermeasures and Human Factor within SME, and this conclusion is aimed to study to gain better understanding about human perception and how information security countermeasures influence human behavior. First, in our conclusions, we have security countermeasures acceptance. Employee satisfaction are very important to ensure secure behavior. First, in our conclusions, we have security countermeasures acceptance. Employee satisfaction are very important to ensure secure behavior. That means if employees are not aware of security requirements that are set by the organization, their behavior is based on an experience and the behavior and co-workers. Information security related documentation does not affect employee behavior. Information norms have a serious impact on each implemented appropriately. Technological countermeasures that may negatively influence employees' behavior and raise information security threat level. End users must positively perceive countermeasures that are implemented with a clear message about how they could give benefit for end users. To improve information security, each organization must assess their employees' attitude. As the recommendations of our study, first, organization also should be analyzed. For example, procedures and instructions, signal sign on various biometric authentication techniques, identify management system, encryption backups. How security countermeasures are perceived by privileged persons. How influence internal security culture to improve security behavior. This thesis contains descriptions of various effects on end-user security behavior that can raise countermeasures.